Mr. Bean, a peculiar yet beloved character, finds himself in yet another absurd situation, driven by his unique blend of naivete and quirky problem-solving skills. In this episode, Mr. Bean decides to take a scenic day trip to the countryside. Armed with a map, a thermos flask filled with tea, and his trusty teddy bear, everything seems perfectly planned. However, plans rarely go smoothly in Mr. Bean's world. As Mr. Bean sets off in his vintage Mini Cooper, he encounters a traffic jam on the highway. Determined not to let his day be ruined, he decides to take a detour, trusting his rather questionable navigation skills. Instead of following the intricately detailed map he brought, Mr. Bean opts to rely on instinct, veering off the main road onto a narrow country lane. His whimsical journey soon leads him past a farm, where he is intrigued by a sign advertising fresh eggs. Mr. Bean, ever the curious soul, stops the car and heads over to the chicken coop, hoping to find some eggs for the tea party he plans to have with his teddy bear. Among the clucking and fluttering, Mr. Bean's fascination with the chickens quickly turns into a comical mishap. In his attempt to pick up an egg, he accidentally startles a hen, setting off a chaotic series of events where feathers fly and clucking rises to a cacophony. The farmer, hearing the commotion, rushes out to find Mr. Bean in the middle of the coop, acting like a chicken himself, flapping his arms in an attempt to communicate with the confused birds. Apologizing profusely in his own silent way, Mr. Bean makes his escape with a single egg in hand. Back at his car, trying to contain his giggles, he realizes the egg has cracked in his pocket. Undeterred, he decides it will make a great addition to his improvised picnic, scrambled eggs included. Finally arriving at a picturesque hill, Mr. Bean lays out a blanket and pours himself a cup of tea. Teddy sits beside him, wearing a slightly surprised expression, as the two of them enjoy a quiet afternoon overlooking the rolling hills. They share stale cookies and try to figure out how to scramble an egg with a thermos of hot tea. In the end, despite the chaos, Mr. Bean's day turns out wonderfully unique, just as expected.